Hello everybody, welcome back to the Lesson Bank. I'm Pete. In this video, we're going to talk about different types of solos you will be asked to play as a drummer, whether it be for big band or for combos or modern jazz or early jazz, whichever it might be. We're going to cover just some of them in this video. All right, get ready. So we have a foundation already. We understand form, we understand melody, and most likely you'll be asked to solo over the form. Everybody's going to drop out, and it's up to you to know when to stop or when to transition to the next solo or when to end your solo. That's why it's important to know the form and to know the melody. As you might have seen in the previous videos in this series, we go over just that. So please check out those videos and then come back to this if you haven't. But if you have watched those videos, let's move forward. The first one that I want to go over is stop time. So what is stop time? Well, basically, every time a chord changes, the band will hit the chord on beat 1. That's pretty much it. This is what it looks like. If you know the form and you know the melody, then you'll have no problem with stop time. In fact, it might help you even more in case you're kind of, oh, what does that form sound like? Or when does it go to the B section? Stop time will help you a lot. And if you are very new to soloing, it might be beneficial to you to ask your band director or your friends in your band to do stop time for you for your first solos. All right. The next solo is very common in big band, and this one is it's just hits, whether it be some type of figure or some type of send off, or just the hits that happen behind your drum solo. It could really add and be really effective in making your drum solo pop or make it exciting. There are a few things that you want to do with hits in your drum solo. So let's say the hits are a send off to your drum solo. You're in a big band arrangement and you're grooving along with the band, and let's say the saxophone solo is coming to an end. You know that your solo is going to come up, and there is a section before your drum solo that has a figure, some sort of rhythmic figure that everybody in the band is going to play, and those are hits. Ba-da-ba, 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 ba, ba-da-ba. And now it's your drum solo. What you need to do is hit those hits in the beginning and use that momentum to take control of your solo. We said in the last video that you can have a storyline go in arcs, or you can start quiet and go high. Sometimes with hits in the beginning, the band is really loud, and and you're drum soloing. You can use that momentum to start off really loud and build your solo like that, and sort of fall off with it. Or I've seen sometimes Buddy Rich will do those hits really loud and then bring it back softly and then build something on that. It's up to you to figure out how you want to take that momentum and go with it. But you have to be prepared and you have to practice hitting those hits. The other type of hits are in the B section. Someone will hit on the beat 2 or something like that, or on beat 1, just to sort of signal to the audience that we're at this specific section. So let's say you have an AABA form. You start your solo and you're in the A sections, and then the B section's coming up. You know that the band is going to hit, and it's going to be really exciting. How are you going to form your drum solo around knowing that those hits are coming? That is definitely something that you should start thinking about. So let's say you have A, and then B happens. It's going to be on beat 1. What I like to do is build up towards that. I'll start soft, and as the second A approaches, I'll make it a little bit more interesting, and then the B section comes, and I'll bam, and I'll hit with them, and it starts a whole new sort of rhythmic expression. It goes with the B section, and it makes it different. I like to do that with my hits. So yeah, let's get into the next type of solo that you might encounter. The next type of solo that you will likely encounter is trading. So as a drummer, for some reason, a lot of horn players or rhythm section players will ask the drummer to trade fours. Most likely because the drum solo is the last solo in the lineup, and the band will find it interesting to, they'll signal the trumpet player will turn around and go like this. They'll signal that this means we're trading fours, right? So usually it'll go down the line. And what that means is the saxophone player or the first soloist will play the first 4 bars of the A section, and then you're the next person to go for the next 4 bars. And then the trumpet player or the second soloist will solo for 4 more measures, and then after they're done soloing for 4 measures, they'll kick it back to you to solo for 4 measures. So you're just trading 4 measures back and forth. It's super exciting for the audience to watch and listen to, and it also is a really nice way to build a conversation with your fellow band members within the song. When you're starting out soloing as a beginner soloist, this is a really good way to get ideas for how to mess with the melody. Try that first. Ask your friends, hey, let's trade fours, or they'll probably ask you, let's trade fours. It's a really good way to figure out how to play with the melody and how to stick with the form. Remember, we said the form is really important. Well, this is when you need to know the form. When they say, let's trade fours. Is trading fours even mathematically correct? Well, knowing the form will help you out with that, right? A lot of the times, too, it gets really exciting because after you do one full solo over the form in trading fours, sometimes they'll say, let's trade twos. And then they do 2 measures, you do 2 measures. And it gets kind of jumbled, and it gets really exciting. The audience loves it. So trading is a really good way for you to get familiar with the form, and also to have a conversation with your band members, and also to sort of get more comfortable with the song overall. All right, so that's trading. Let's get into the next one. The next type of solo you might be asked to do is to take a half solo or to take a certain section of a song for your solo. Let's say the song is really long. It has an AAB form. Songs tend to be kind of long. Let's say if you were to solo, or if anybody were to solo on a whole the whole form, the song might end up being really long. So in some cases, the band leader might ask soloists to split halves of a solo. So let's say the piano player takes the first half of the solo, and then you, the drummer, take the second half of the solo. Again, you got to know the form, right, to understand how long your solo is going to be. Another really common, maybe a little bit more common for bassists, is to take a certain section, like a B section. Let's say the melody is being played for the first A and then the second A, and then they'll look back and they'll say, hey, bassist, or they'll point to the bassist, and the bassist will be ready to take the B section for their solo. They might do that for you, for the drummer, so be prepared for that as well. Those are sort of 2 common, or maybe not so common, ways to take a solo, depending on the length of the song. So really keep in mind, if you know the form or the length of the song, you might be prepared to take either half or just the B section, or maybe just the last A section. Especially as drummers, you might be asked to take the last A section to bring it back into the melody. So keep that in mind. All right, the next one, let's get into the next one. So this one is actually pretty common for drummers, and it's the 4-bar drum tag at the end. What that means is the song will be played down all the way for the entirety of the song, and then the leader of the band will look back at the drums and say, hey, 4, or they'll look at you, or maybe they'll just turn back and point their horn at you. That will usually mean that it is your time to take a 4-bar drum tag. And my approach, or an approach that I would suggest to you, is to use dynamics. This is the part of the song that, depending on how the out chorus is, it could be really exciting and really, really going somewhere really loud. You don't want to approach your 4-bar drum tag by playing something kind of spaced out or something that will just kill the momentum, right? You want to keep in mind the dynamics going into your 4-bar drum tag, because that is there to sort of comfortably give the audience a way to get ready for the end of the song, right? So use dynamics. Make sure if the band is cooking and it gets to your 4-bar drum tag, a lot of drummers will just play 30-second notes, or play a press roll and then hit some cymbals and then go into the last 4 section or the last 8 bars or something like that. Generally, after your 4-bar drum tag is over, they might play the last 4 bars again, or they might play the last 8 bars. It just depends on the melody of the song, or the arrangement of the song, or the form of the song. So keep that in mind when you're starting to play your 4-bar drum tags. Really pay attention to the way the song is going and how the song will end after your 4-bar drum tag. All right, so that's pretty much all of the different types of solos I want to get into. Okay, well, I would really like to know what type of solos are your favorite, actually. Do you enjoy trading 4s? Do you not enjoy trading 4s? Is it more comfortable for you to have stop time, or maybe have a bassist walk throughout your whole drum solo? Max Roach used to do that a lot, actually. He used to have the bass walk, and he would sort of build something on that walking bass line. Let me know what type of solos are your favorites, whether it be big band, or it would be in the combo setting, or maybe even for rock and roll. Heck, leave a comment below. Let me know what type of solo is your favorite. Another thing I'd like for you to leave in the comments below is what type of videos you want to see going forward after this one. This is my last video in this series. This is sort of like the starting off point of videos that I could do. But I would really like to know, what type of drum videos would you like to see on the SacJEF Jazz Education Foundation YouTube channel? I want to teach you what you want to learn. Please let me know in the comments below what type of videos you want to see. And I guess I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.